This is how to make a Flash banner. Now, the first thing you need to do is open Adobe Flash Professional CS6, or I believe it's called Adobe Flash Animator now, and we're going to make a new script. So you click on the top here. Now the first thing to do is we need to set our canvas size. So we go over here onto the left hand side, and I'm going to change this to 900 by 90. Yeah. Click OK. Now this is going to give us quite a nice banner size, which should fit on most websites. It of course depends on the resolution of the screen, the quality of the screen, and the size of the web page. But we try to make one size fits all, so it will show slightly different depending on what device you're looking on. And then of course what we're going to do is we need to insert our graphics or pictures for use into our library. We're going to go File, and we're going to go Import, and we're going to go Import to Library. Now this is then going to bring up our folder system, our Finder. We're going to go to Desktop, of course, and we're going to navigate to our root folder again, My Restaurant Rules, Mikasa, and I'm going to go into my images, and I'm going to look for my images that I've got of food. Lovely. Now I can sort these out, and what I need to do is collect all of the JPEG images. So I'm going to select those as we go through. They all should be okay. Done, and we go Open. And what that has done is drop them all down the side here. Now as I click on them, they're all pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, okay, let's go next one, and I'm going to drop that on. Oh, oops, it's far too large. So what we need to do is we need to resize it. And there's a very easy way of doing this without having to put it into Photoshop and resizing the image. We can click on our properties, and we've got width and height here. Now I know that the height of my banner here is 90, and because we've got this little symbol here, which is our ratio or locked width and height values, when I change one, the other will change. So I go to my height, and I'm going to go OK 90, and we click like so, and then I can drop that down, and I'm going to bring that along to my end so it fits in like so. I'm then going to continue, and I'm going to go to my next lot of food which I've got here, drag that one over like so, go to properties and go through the same process again. Make sure that's locked, click, bring it to 90, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to join that on like so. So we've got two lots of food. I'm going to my third one, which is on here, another picture, and I'm going to drag that on, click, go to properties, 90 again, done. Now if things aren't working quite well, you can adjust things and move them by moving the up, down, left and right keys to manipulate your image into the correct place. Let's see if we can get one more. Here's another one. Let's drag that one on there like so. I'll go to properties, I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to go 90. There you go, and we're building up a nice picture. Now it doesn't matter, actually it's quite good the fact that we've got a little bit of space at the end here. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to click on one, and then I'll go Command A, which of course selects all of the images. 1, 2, 3, 4 now have a little selected blue line around the outside. And what we need to do is we then need to group these objects together. So I'm going to go down to Modify, I'm going to go down to Group, click. Now this has now made this one large object, like so. And it can start at the beginning. What I can then of course do is select that one large object now, go Command C and go Command V, and it's made me a second line And what I want to then do is I'm going to move it to the left, and I'm going to connect that on again. So I've now got a double line. So we're going to go Command A again, and then we're going to go Modify, and we're going to go Group again. So what I've now got is I've got a massive line of pictures of food, which is all well and good. We get it into our starting position, and then what we need to do is look at the bottom here. Now we have a layer. Now what this layer means is that this is the starting position of our banner here. Now this represents time. So I'm going to move it up to about 350 seconds, which is about here. Now I'm going to select that like so. I'm going to push Control, and I am going to insert a keyframe. Now a keyframe is one of these little squares with the dots in it. Now what that basically has allowed me to do is make another position at 350 seconds after the first. So what I'm now going to do in that position is I'm going to move my banner so it is now in the end position rather than the beginning position. Now if I move that from there, it's at the beginning position right the way up until you hit this keyframe, which it changes. So I click on this grey area, push Control, and what we need to do is make a tween. What a tween does is it automatically inserts all of the frames in between the first and the last to make an animation. So create a classic tween, click, and we get a little line through the middle. And now that has moved all the way along from there and all the way along from there to the end. Brilliant, so that now works. Now you can play that, and you can go Control and you can go Play if you want to, and it will run through. But of course what we don't want is for this to stop. So we need to put a loop in. Now at the bottom here, there's something called a loop tool. You click on it and it provides this little greyed area on the top. And what we do is we drag all the way along. Can be a little bit fiddly at times. And we're going to bring that all the way down to the beginning, because what we want is a continuous banner there we go, all the way from there. Now what we can do, of course, is we can go Play again, and it should run all the way through to the end and then jump back to the beginning and play again. There you go. Now, Control Stop. Now what we're then going to do, of course, is go File and Export Movie. Now, what I'm going to do, of course, is go into my root folder yet again. There it is, My Restaurant Rules, Mi Casa, and this time I'm going to put it into my banners. Now I'm going to call this is Header. A. There you go, Header A. Now we're going to save it as an SWF file because this format allows us to import it into our Dreamweaver page. Now you may of course wish to also export it as another file format, which you can do down here, QuickTime animated movie will allow you to put it into a keynote, or you could, as an animated GIF, you can put that on there, and therefore it will always work. If I save it as an animated GIF, it should just play up as an independent file on its own. And a PNG, of course, will make sure it has no background. But I'm going to cancel that for now. Now the next thing you need to do is we can put something over the top of this. So you can click down the bottom here where it says layer and push Control, and you can go insert layer. And this works very similar to Photoshop, as you can build layer on top of layer on top of layer. What you could then do is grab another image and place it over the top, or some text in white and place it over the top, and the banner, depending on which way around these are, will play in the background. So if I were to want the banner to play in the background, I would move layer 1 below layer 2, and then I could type or put an image on the top. But that's for our next video. Thank you.